Hi everyone, it's Ross again with part 7 on what to do with Sprue. And part 7 is barricades, barriers. What do I mean by this? Anything that can keep people out. So, not fences necessarily, but I'm going to do tank traps today. So a lot of you probably have seen tank traps or can imagine how simple a tank trap can be made from Sprue. So think of Normandy beach landings, like Saving Private Ryan, you know, those bits of girder welded together at janky angles to stop tanks from storming the beaches, things like that. So that's going to be one half of the video, and the other half of the video is going to be wooden stakes, but they're not made from wood, they're made from Sprue, so spikes. So you can make these to put on the foot of your base. Large bases look wicked with these on. If you've got medieval style fortifications, put it around the outside of the fortifications. You could use cocktail sticks. Cocktail sticks are a bit too smooth, a bit too perfect. I like to use Sprue because they look a lot like the fences that you see in Warcry. Nearly forgot what it was called then. Those lovely proper like stakes that have been sharpened with a hatchet. They look really rugged and look great. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. So I'm going to start off with the old tank trap, which is going to be pretty simple. So I've picked a random length of Sprue, and I've approximately cut out several pieces about the same length. So what I'm going to do is cut off all the knobbly bits, as per always. When I'm whittling with my Sprue, I always get rid of all the odds and sods. So if you've seen the candles and things like that, videos, I've got rid of all the knobbly bits. So it's pretty simple. Scrape it. These do not have to look perfect. They've just got to look like wrought iron. Not wrought iron, but the slab of iron, basically. So like a crude girder. So they wouldn't have used anything terribly fancy, and it's probably blown up a few times or been shot at when damaged in transit. It's not going to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. So as long as you get rid of all the knobbly bits, just by scraping it with your knife, using a file, a bit of sandpaper, whatever you like. I'll try to tidy that up a bit better for you. There we go. That looks nicer, doesn't it? That's basically what I'm going to do. Just like so. That was looking pretty good. There's a round section there. Get rid of that one. So that's what I'm doing. Just making some basic strips of iron. That's what it is. It's not Sprue, it's not plastic anymore. Your imagination can make it whatever you want it to be. So normally cut away from yourself, but me being a numpty going towards me, but nice and gentle. I am a pro after all. I will never lose fingers. I shouldn't have said that. Just tempting fate now. So just trimming the knobblies off. Using a nice cutting mat as I do, so I don't damage the best dining room table. Alright, there we go. So what I would like to do is glue them at angles like this. So you can either do them in threes, like so, or you can do them in fours. So for this example, I will do them in threes. So a nice bit of plastic glue is fine, or super glue. It's totally up to you. So for this I am going to do plastic glue. So I'm just going to glue two together like so. A bit of a staggered cross formation, I would say. I'll zoom in so you can see what's going on here. So a bit of a staggered cross formation. What I mean by that is not that, it's a bit too perfect, a bit slopey. That's what I want. So just make sure the back of your Sprue hasn't got any of the writing on. a nice smooth surface for this. So because it's plastic glue, should dry in no time at all. So if you notice, that will just tip over. Not the best, is it? So that's why we need at least 3 sections like so. So I'm going to do a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue there, and just lean it in like so. Probably best to wait until that goes off fully before sticking the third piece on there. But that's the approximate shape that you want. I will hold that for a few minutes and let the glue go off. So the tank traps, really simple, really rustic, quite crude. But you can spend a bit of time cleaning them up, making them as square as you like. The original ones from like the Second World War were angled steel. So you could use plasticard, cardboard, Costa stir sticks, anything like that to replace each individual one. But if you want these to be crude, very basic, all they were hunks of metal they were stuck on beaches, things like that, to stop tanks coming in. So you can literally replicate the same thing, just 3 bits of sprue, pretty much any angle, as long as you've got 3 points on the ground and they're really hard to knock over. So you can model them separately, you can put them on bases or pieces of cardboard or even a diorama, and really easy to paint. So you can make them as rusted and dirty as you like, or just the dirty crude bits of steel that they were, so just silver and some nice black washes or something like that. Or you can make them really dusty around the bases if they were on the beach. So I didn't want to do a video just on these guys because they're really simple and crude and basic to make, not a problem. So what I wanted to do was a video on barricades. So the second type of barricade you can make from sprue is a stake fence. So imagine like fencing stakes that you would smash into the ground, put up some fences for livestock, very much like that, but I want to whittle the edges away to make them look more like wood as well. So we'll do that. We'll start scraping the edges, anything that's a bit pronounced, just a little notch there, a little scrape there, not a problem. And we'll just carry on doing that, just chipping away, making a few little notches like so, make something resemble wooden stakes, and in the ends we will sharpen like a pencil, just like that, into a point. I'll put the camera in a better angle a minute so you can see what's actually going on. Okay, so this should be a better angle so you can't see the backs of my hands quite so much. So yes, making these, there's a nice air bubble on that bit of sprue. The amount of money I paid for this sprue, no, it's just sprue. It's not like there's an air bubble in the miniature. So I'm just sharpening it to a point, like a fencing stake or a pencil, and I'm taking the edges off, nice and rough, so taking little chunks out, putting slits in, just taking little notches out there, just making it nice and beaten. As long as it's not perfectly square, it's just hacked at. Because I can't imagine there was like a staking factory in medieval times where they made each stake perfectly round. It was pretty much the tree and hacked a little bit. So I'm just going to rough it up a little bit. So that's what I'm thinking. Something like that. Don't have to be too perfect. So you get the idea. Nice and knobbly. I'm going to do a few of these, different lengths. you get the gist. Just a little bit like that. And you can make this as bad as you want. It's beaten and chips. Notches taken out of it. The only thing I will suggest is, as long as it doesn't say like Games Workshop or something on the back of the steak, it's fine. You know? So I'm just going to put a little couple of notches in like that. And now you can glue these to your bases. Angles, like if cavalry is run out of it and they get skewered, not a problem. Or you can line them up like so and actually use them as a fence. So quite a few lined in a row. Looks pretty nice. Or you can glue them at weird and wonderful angles from each other, like so. Much like your old tank traps. So I'm going to do a few examples and stick them together. And you can use either one and tell me what you think. Okay, so I've stuck a couple at weird and wonderful angles like this. Because I'm going to put a model on this base, and it's going to look like he's going to be repelling cavalry. So that's the idea. I mean, you can have it semi-sloped, a bit more sloped. You can angle it quite a lot more. Now I'm going to try some contrast paint on it, just to show you. Obviously this isn't going to be a fantastic paint job, because contrast, I believe, is a great tool, but it isn't the finished product. You know, you can put this on really, really heavy, and then pick out all the details when it's dry. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Put one a bit thinner than the other one. In fact, I'm going to thin that one out a little bit more as well, because wild wood is quite thick. There we go. So basically like this. To make anti-cavalry spikes, I guess. And the other one I've got on here just for a minute, just to show you, but imagine a load of these lined up, and you got yourselves a bit of a Viking fence. Maybe some medieval village or something. You can have them all the same length if you want to, neat them up a little bit more. But this is purely to show you what we can do. Let that dry. And I'm going to dry brush it a little bit. Yeah. There you go, guys. Now you can see it when it's dry. There you go, there's an example of, maybe you could do like a Mott and Bailey castle, have these staked in the ground all the way around it, and maybe further out, these to repel the cavalry. So in this video, barricades, tank traps, and staked fences. Very, very basic things to do with Sprue, but the techniques are there and the ideas are there. Feel free to put your pictures up on our Facebook page. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please hit that like button, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.